Hello for part two of my terrible stay in the terrible Hellspital called St. Luke's Memorial in Lufkin, Texas. I wouldn't put a dog in there, but they put me in there. They carried me over there. I told you in the last one I was in the hospital and what they did, and I wound up and I'm breathing, and so it's the end of my stay there. You know, when they think you're a little stable, they want to put you somewhere else. And they told my family they wanted to put me in hospice. And my family said, no, that's not going to happen. The hospital has an inpatient hospice. But anyway, I had to go to a place that's called the the PAM unit, and I don't remember what the damn stands for. So it's a hospital, but a different kind of hospital in the same building. So they sent me over there, and all the time I was in the main hospital, they had me knocked out with propofol, and then I woke up in the PAM unit. So I was there until November 6th or 7th. I don't know. I went for an hour, for a month. A week in Houston to a rehab, and then I went home. So it was awful there. The PAM unit was terrible. The food was disgusting. The nurses, there were so many, they just came and went. And a lot of them didn't know anything. Quite a few of them were either indifferent or total assholes, with one in particular who did some of the nastiest things, and I can't even tell you. But I asked my doctor to give me another nurse, and so he assigned me another nurse. And then all of the damn nurses in that place got mad at me because they said I fired my nurse. Well, I would have fired that bitch if I could have. She was really nasty, but I just asked for another nurse. And a couple of times they were working on me, and they said, we could get through this quicker if you hadn't have banned that nurse. And I said, well, I didn't ban the nurse. I just told her I didn't want crazy ass thing. But anyway, that's the way it was. It was horrible. And I had pain. I had something for pain. And eventually they started giving me fentanyl and tramadol. I'm pretty sure that's what they were. Every 4 hours. They was giving me a whopping load of those two. And I was no pain, but man, I went crazy. I thought the aliens had me one day, and I was stuck in a bed because the light over my head was holding me down. The light had some kind of magnetic doohickey, and it was holding me down. And I was trying to get out of that, trying to get out of there, and I tried really hard. 3 hours, got my feet over the rail. When I did that, man, the nurses all come in there. I guess they was watching. They all come in there and they put my feet back in the bed, and they said, "Be still, you're being crazy." And I said, "No, I'm not." And I said, "You done got me." Because I'd call my daughter to come get me. She wouldn't do it because she was at a friend's down in Conroe, and she said, "I ain't coming up there. There's nothing wrong with you. You can't leave up there," something like that. Anyway, so I called my son. He's a Marine. He was in North Carolina, and I said, "I'm sorry, son. They're going to take me away. I love you, and if I ever get to see you again." So that was kind of a funny thing in retrospect. So there's sometimes they gave I had a bleeding problem, and they gave me. I told the doctor about giving me um, iron, and he gave me iron, but he was going to prescribe 4 bags of iron. When I found that out from the kid that came over there to take the first bag off, and I said, "Don't you give me no more of that iron? It'll kill me." So they were crazy in the hospital. Doctors were idiots. And then they told my wife they took me to an MRI, which they did not, because I don't go in those things. They scare the hell out of me. There's no way. But what they did was they took me down for a CT scan and come back, and they told her I went for an MRI because they're idiots. And there was only a couple things, that was tolerable. When I threw a fit, they let my wife stay with me. And the other thing is, one morning I was laying there and about half asleep, and my head just went water. Just big jar of water, whoosh, on my head. And that woke me up. And then I discovered I was getting a bath by the cutest girls, two cute girls. I'm telling you, That was the best part of staying there. I got that bath. Yeah, they cleaned me up and everything, but that was good. When I got out, uh, they carried me in the house and put me in the bed. And it was a couple months before I could ever sit up and get around. It took me a long time to get on my feet, and I'm still not on my feet completely. And I'm kind of fucked up, and it's just the way it is. I'm not who I used to be. But thank you for listening. I've gone too damn long on this one, but now I got to get in and get some more coffee. Have a nice day.